course, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, and he seems to, be as dedicated as Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, I remember during the days that Ray was fighting, and yes, there was a side of Ray that was a good time side, but when it came time to train for a fight, it was all business. And that's exactly the way Oscar De La Hoya is.
This is a crowd that, with its zeal for Michael Carbajal, has saved a little room in their heart for Oscar De La Hoya as well.
Long walk here at America West Arena from the dressing room to the ring. And here comes De La Hoya now, and the entire crowd will see him in a moment. And here he is.
And, of course, resplendent in his Team De La Hoya outfitting.
So the participants have entered the ring, and what's left now is to take a look at what it's going to take for each of these men to win this fight. Al, the keys to victory.
All right, as we take a look for De La Hoya, pressure bell to bell. Once again, right on Valenzuela. Half the ring. It's not a big ring, but Valenzuela will be using it. Cut it in half. For Valenzuela, obviously, he must give some movement to De La Hoya. De La Hoya is so dangerous in the early rounds. He's got to take him into the later rounds.
All right, let's talk about the rules then here in the state of Arizona.
These will be exactly the same as the WBO. You see every single thing right down the line is exactly the same.
They have just told us, incidentally, that the Arizona Boxing Commission has instilled the testing rule, the HIV testing rule, and they didn't want to be a follower. They wanted to be a leader, and so, in fact, they are. Junior lightweights, we're going 10 rounds. Oscar De La Hoya, Narciso Valenzuela. Let's meet him officially with Michael Buck.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Top Rank Incorporated, along with the King of Beers, Budweiser, presents the second of our boxing triple header here in Phoenix, Arizona. All the officials assigned at ringside by the Arizona State Boxing Commission shall remain the same, except for the judges. The following personnel shall score this bout on a 10-point must system. They are Bob Cox, Joe Garcia, and Dr. Michael Munoz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a very special 10 rounds of boxing in the junior lightweight division. When the bell rings, the man in charge will be referee Bobby Ferreira. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks with blue trim, weighing 133 1/2 pounds. He comes to us tonight from Santa Rosalia, Mexico, with a professional record of 49 professional bouts, 35 victories with 23 KOs against 12 defeats with 2 draws. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Narciso Chicho Valenzuela. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with green letters, weighing 133 1/2 pounds. He's a 1992 Olympic gold medal champion. Now undefeated as a professional with a record of 10-0, 9 by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of East LA, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Go. Okay, I already gave you guys the instructions. I expect a clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Oscar De La Hoya knows how to work a room, doesn't he? Narciso Valenzuela, meanwhile, and what he brings to this dance, as we said, is experience. That's his only chance, to be honest. Oscar De La Hoya, meanwhile, the Golden Boy, and aptly named.
And he is so dangerous in the first couple of rounds that you need very much to kind of get him off his game. And see, he used to be in the amateurs, and for those people that saw him, remember, he was a boxer, strictly a boxer. Now, even calling him a boxer puncher seems wrong, because look at him, he's a stalker. He wants a knockout almost with every punch.
Like all the great ones do, he is a terrific finisher. If he gets you hurt, you're gone.
You saw there Valenzuela trying with the overhand right. The one thing he thinks he might be able to do here is land the overhand right over the jab of De La Hoya. And remember, Valenzuela, it's not like he... Oh, my!
He hit him with a right hand, and it wasn't an overhand. It was a short right hand. And that should serve as a wake-up call. There's the first. Flash knockdown. He was not hurt. Did the right thing. Dropped to one knee. Took the 8 count.
To say there's a buzz in this crowd is an understatement. And that was Oscar De La Hoya being a stalker, but not being careful when he did it. Well, if Valenzuela needed a little bit of a confidence builder, that would do it for him.
I don't believe that De La Hoya was hurt at all by that.
No, but he got stunned for a moment.
There's a hand from De La Hoya. Now Valenzuela's down. And he's in trouble.
De La Hoya looked at his corner and shook his head like, yeah, I'll get him now.
And I think his corner's right. Valenzuela's got a long way to go in this round, and he's not on steady legs.
Oh, nice counter right by Valenzuela, though.
But he takes a left hand in return, and he's still unsteady.
Well, he doesn't want a war like this with De La Hoya. Maybe it hurt him to knock De La Hoya down. Wow. No 3 knockdown rule in effect. Maybe it won't matter.
De La Hoya just clowning for the cameraman at ringside. I don't think he's going to make it. It's over. Well, it was interesting.
You know what Oscar De La Hoya has that our pal Sugar Ray Leonard has? The killer instinct.
Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't like getting embarrassed. He didn't like getting knocked down. And when he knocked Valenzuela down, he snarled at him when he was on the mat.
Yeah, he did. And that's exactly what Sugar Ray Leonard has.
And the reason we've made that comparison so much tonight is because it's apt. Well, you're not going to find too many junior lightweights with the power of this man. Interestingly enough, maybe the only other one that has it is Genaro Hernandez.
You know, the other thing that really impressed me about Oscar De La Hoya is here's a guy who I'm sure has never thought in his life about being knocked down, and yet when he got knocked down, he knew exactly what to do.
He sat on one knee till the count of 8 happened and got up and said, I'm going to take the most out of this. I mean, you're right. That was an extraordinary point because he's not a guy that expects to get knocked down ever.
What a finisher. Let's take a look at the whole thing here. Here's how it started.
Valenzuela caught him coming in with either a right hand or a hook. It was a right hand, yes. I talked about the right hand over the left. Valenzuela, and you know, that was a very good punch.
Even a left hand in front of it wasn't a bad punch.
No, and now you'll see, he says, okay, wait, now I'm going to take a rest here. Let's get myself collected. He's thinking about things, getting himself collected, and boy, did he ever. Landed a super straight right hand. Just look at the combinations. That's 3 straight huge punches. And that was where the referee was trying to push him away. Oscar was looking down, checking out his opponent. There's the first knockdown by Valenzuela. And then now let's take a look at the way the fight ended. Excellent combination work by De La Hoya. Valenzuela had been in trouble, put down, and I think that left also got in his eye. It might have affected his vision, but he was in serious trouble.
Yeah, he was done. He never really recovered after the first knockdown. And we talk about the great ones are great finishers, and folks, here is a potentially great one.
And in round 1, look at that, 71%. And one of those 6 was a pretty hard punch by Valenzuela, but De La Hoya came back, and I'd say he was fairly accurate.
Yeah, I would say so, and that's been the hallmark of his young career so far. So he is looking at a championship in the very foreseeable future, and he really did a dance on a very experienced fighter tonight.
It was quick, but it was exciting, and Valenzuela gave us a little extra excitement.
All right, let's make it official now with Michael Butler. Here's Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Ferreira reaches the count of 10. The official time, 2 minutes, 25 seconds of the very first round. Coming off the canvas to win by knockout victory, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya, a first-round knockout winner, and just for good measure, he added a little adventure to it as he got knocked down himself. But right now, a very happy guy, and a happy guy with very good reason. Impressive performance. We've talked about the fact that the great champions are the great finishers, and Oscar De La Hoya showed that he is, in fact, a great finisher. He came in here with a reputation that said that, but tonight, after he got knocked down, it was just no nonsense, all business, and he took care of business. And he's with Al Bernstein.
I have Oscar and Team De La Hoya here, which numbers, about 15 or 20. What? Bob Middleman says it's a minion. Yeah, I think so. Now, first of all, let's talk about the flash knockdown in the first round. Couple of things about this. It was a counter right hand that you got hit with. How did he nail you with that? Was your left a little low?
Well, my left was a little low. I was throwing combinations, trying to work the body, and that's when he kind of caught me. But I was going in the fight a little cold, and but it went good because I came back. I felt strong. When I got back up, I didn't really feel dizzy or anything. It was just like a flash knockdown. I came right back up, and everything well for me.
Now, one of the things that Barry mentioned, and I thought it was an apt comment, even though you're not a guy that thinks he's going to get knocked down or has been or even anticipates it, you really were cool and collected about it.
Oh, I was very cool and collective about it. Actually, that was the first time I've ever been down, so I try to think about what I should do. I got right back up, but then I thought maybe I should just take it easy, go back down, and just rest for a while. I watched other pro fighters get knocked out, great champions, and learn from them. So
it's a good thing, though, you remembered to get up at 8 instead of 10.
Definitely.
Now, you went after him. He was experienced, and in fact, just getting hit with that counter right, a good indication of against experienced fighters, that kind of stuff could well happen.
Oh, he's a very well-experienced fighter. I give him a lot of credit for doing that to me. And but I guess I just overpowered him. I had more experience than him coming into the fight because of my amateur career and things like that. But he did have 50 pro big quality fights, so it was a very good showing. And I thank the people for coming, for watching, and it was just another win under my belt.
All right, now we talked a little bit earlier today. In fact, maybe we'll start with Steve over here and work our way around in talking about the possible future matchups and all the rest. Hernandez has been mentioned, junior lightweight champion. What about that?
We've debated all the junior lightweight champions out there. Gennaro Hernandez has been saying an awful lot about Oscar. The people in L.A. want to see Gennaro Hernandez fight Oscar. If he's willing to get in the ring, Oscar's going to beat him that day.
All right, well, now that's the management of Oscar De La Hoya. Now we'll go to the fighter, then we'll go to the promoter who can make it happen. What about Gennaro Hernandez?
Oh, well, Gennaro Hernandez is a great fighter. He's a good little boxer, and I give him a lot of credit for being a world champion.
A good little boxer?
Hopefully I will go up against him, and it will be a very, very big match in Los Angeles, and hopefully it could happen in the Olympic Auditorium or wherever. I'm going to be ready for that fight, and may the best man win.
Okay, well, here's the guy that can make it happen, Bob Arum. Oscar may even be understating the fact that it'll be an interesting match. A couple of guys from L.A. What's the status of that fight right now?
Well, we've been negotiating with the Hernandez people. I think we've been making great progress. I would hope that we can conclude the negotiations, and I'm looking for that fight to happen the first week in February. But first, Oscar has a date in the Big Apple, and it'll be on ESPN. It'll be we're opening up the Paramount connected to Madison Square Garden.
He keeps opening up all these buildings.
Well, the people in New York